everything is ready. In theory.
Yeah, in theory.
Oh shit.
So when you're sitting, give it.
Right, so I'm gonna. Yeah, wait. I'll sit down.
Yeah, that's fine.
So yeah, we can do it like, you know, like yin and yang. I'm in the white corner and you're in the dark corner, dark side.
Yeah.
Hey, if we make this side blue, then you'll be fine. I'm in the white side, you're in the blue side.
Yeah. It's like, I'll wear that blue hat, I'll have the blue one. Everything's blue now.
I know, yeah. Has it changed any, like, since you got the blue belts? Did it change, like wearing more colors or something like that?
Yeah, I think like I got visited in a dream by a ghost of Jiu-Jitsu past and had to wear blue. It's instructed me now, so.
Because I've noticed that you can tell, if you go to, let's say, competition, you can tell, especially if it's like no gi competition, you can still tell what color belt they are.
Yeah.
Because they tend to wear those colors.
Yeah, they wear the ranked rash guards, but they also.
No,
like wedge in general, don't they?
Yeah, in general, clothing.
I think when people get promoted, it just turn into like the Power Rangers.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so you know, no matter what belt you get, you're gonna turn into the relevant ranger for that colour.
I know.
You're just gonna wear that colour all the time.
Damn, so that means I'll do like red one, so it's gonna take freaking ages.
You're gonna, I think it was at the youngest age you can get the red belts. It's like 69. So
I think I'll be 99.
yeah, you'll have aged out by then. Unless you do judo, then you can get the judo red belt. I think that's the first belt you get.
I do like judo, but it's I like judo and wrestling, but I mean, you need to fall.
Yeah, but it's really not bad. I've not done much training this week though.
No, I've done only Tuesday.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a cold and it's not good. It's that thing of you got to be mindful of turning up.
Yeah.
So
Monday, I promised. I said I'm gonna stay home, so I'll do some.
And I was in on Monday, so.
Yeah, so I'll do some stuff at home. And what we ended up doing, we're having takeaway and playing Uno.
Yeah.
And I haven't done anything.
That's great. Sometimes you have to, but.
And then Tuesday, I came in, but I had a sore throat, so I thought like, that's gonna help me to sweat out everything, you know.
Yeah.
And Wednesday I couldn't talk.
So everyone at work was happy then with you?
What?
So everyone at work was happy?
Yeah. It's surprised everyone was happy. I didn't came for a chit chat so they can crack on with the work, you know. Like.
It's been a good one. It's we had the Ikigai fight last week.
I know, yeah.
So, some really good scraps in.
I think that's why we all got cold.
I know. I was thinking the same because I've seen on Instagram a couple of people have got cold.
Because all the cold when you literally get it, basically you get it in 3 days.
Yeah.
So let's say we had Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's it.
And everyone started feeling rough.
Yeah.
About Tuesday. Yeah, I think quite a few people did. It's like we had to find out who the Typhoid Mary of Ikigai 5 was. Who was the one that was there?
I told you he's gonna come here.
The floor sweeper has just entered the chat. We'll go turn them off.
Told you need to turn her up.
And we're back. DJ Roomba is no longer in the house. So.
little Steve wanted to join us.
He just walks right in. Oh, little Steve is Paolo's training dummy.
I know, yeah. Well, we've not seen him for ages. Don't know what's happening with him.
But yeah, so I was in on Monday. I think Steve was still tidying up after Ikigai as well.
Yeah.
And Ellis took control of the class. He went through a bit of drilling. We're going through
He's flexible as crazy. I've never seen any. Even Mike is not that flexible.
No, I saw one of the twists that Ellis had on his knee at Ikigai, and it was like
he was going there. His leg was that way and there, and another leg there, and I was like, dude, it's painful to watch on the Ikigai.
I saw it, and I was like, I think I was glad I was facing away from the camera because I literally thought I was just mouth open staring at it in shock because I've never seen a leg move that way without a scream happening at the same time.
Yeah. I think Andy sat next to me. I had to calm him down because he was tapping on the table.
Andy was tapping for him. But yeah, it was a great event. We had a couple of good scraps.
I know, yeah.
I think a couple of sleepers as well.
I know two people fell asleep.
Yeah, Lewis putting that guy to sleep, man. That was brutal. I was like, damn.
I know.
Like,
oh yeah, one guy wanted to tackle you.
Yeah, we had that standard thing of when someone goes to sleep and the referee's checking on them, they think the fight's still going on. I was ready to sprawl. I was expecting it. He was in turtle position, and I was like, I'm waking him up, trying to roll him over, get him onto his back a bit, and as soon as he moved, he was going for my leg. I was like, no. It's fun. It was a great event, and I was just like, yeah, that was really good.
All the guys done like really, really well.
Yeah, and I think we're definitely gonna have to get Steve on for a chat.
Yes.
Well,
it's gonna destroy.
There's a couple of things I want to pick his brain about. So there's like subjects which I think are quite relevant. Now.
I thought he's just gonna destroy us on here.
There might be like a yearly report of the school reports they do where it's like you must try hard and you get graded as a yeah. I think we might get that off him. It's like you're both shit.
Both shit.
Yeah. Thanks for the money. I really appreciate it. Keep turning up. But yeah, there's a couple of subjects I want to pick his brain about because he does a lot in the club with his competitions, and it's just understanding different things. So I want to know. I want to pick his brain generally about just jiu-jitsu anyway.
Well, yeah.
I want to pick his brain about Ikigai, where he's getting his ideas from, where his inspirations for the way that he does his show, because his show's being done differently than other shows.
Yeah.
There's,
I like it.
Yeah, it's engaging with the audience, and that's the big thing that's working. And it's like, what's he doing differently from these other shows? And that's because it's obviously doing something right because the rate of success and the increase is
and plus. Have a look. He done 5 Ikigais, yeah. I don't know. Have he done any more tournaments before that? Before Ikigai?
I don't think so.
But it's only 5 Ikigais. Yeah. But if you have a look from let's say winner's point, it's like doing the same as ADCC they do.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of money for it. Like some of these guys now are getting money for.
Especially on Ikigai 7.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be like how it's called? It's like anyone can compete in there. Or is it going to be like a brown belt only or a purple one?
I think what Steve's going to do is he's going to I've not spoken to him about it, but likely what he's going to do is he's going to look at the applications and he's going to see he wants 16 guys where anyone could win.
Right.
You don't want to unbalance the competition pool by having a couple of no-name people in there, low-skill people. You're not going to throw a white belt in there against a brown belt, are you?
I mean, well, that would be fun.
But if you've got some really good wrestler who might not just have the jiu-jitsu grade,
yeah,
they might be in it. It's like, and it's, okay, there you go. And Steve's going to use his knowledge of the game, what he's seen people do, what they've achieved, and he's also going to see who can actually sell tickets, because the event requires an audience.
Well, to be honest, the only person who is I'm not saying he's very good, but I mean, he is quite good at selling is Ronnie.
Oh yeah, Ronnie can sell out anything. I think I joked with Steve's missus, saying next Ikigai, what we're doing is 10 fights, and it's Ronnie on every fight.
Yeah.
Because you just sell out the place just on Ronnie's tickets.
Yeah. Because look, when he came in on fight on Ikigai 5. The house was full. Yeah. Everyone screaming, cheering for Ronnie.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And booing for the other guy.
Yeah, Riggers really got that boo, but.
And I was like.
And you know what? I said in the last episode, didn't I, that I was looking forward to that fight.
Yeah.
And it was good. It was very technical.
He done lots of Ronnie flip.
Yeah. Paul was doing exactly what I was saying he was going to do. He's going to be very technical. He's going to get the sweeps in. He's going to be almost impossible to pressure sub. Because you can't pressure.
That's what Ronnie tried to do.
And Ronnie tried to do it, and he couldn't get it. He couldn't get it done. And I was like, he couldn't pressure sub Paul because Paul is really good at dealing with pressure. He's solid for it. Mm-hmm. And it was a really good one. It had the back and forth, and I was like, yeah, that's a great fight.
I really liked it.
There's lots of technical aspects of it that I think a lot of Ronnie's family, not to disparage them or anything like that, are probably not grapplers or whatever, because you hear them shouting, just strangle him in the background. It's like,
I know.
but it's like, when you're looking at it through a knowledge standpoint, the defences that Paul was doing against Ronnie's pressure game was very fundamental jiu-jitsu, just being done really well.
Yeah.
So he was always making sure the frames were in, making sure, even when it was just little hands inside the gaps, just to take that pressure off, just to control the pressure location. And it was like, I was really impressed by it, and I was like, I told you I was looking forward to it, and I think it was a good scrap.
And after that match, like 50% people gone.
Yeah.
It's like halfway.
Yeah. And apparently they carried on the fight down in Upper Mill.
Upper Mill.
Yeah, as a few of us were leaving Upper Mill, there was a couple of police cars outside of the pub.
Oh yeah, I've seen. There was five police cars. Yeah.
Apparently the locals were saying some people have come up from Manchester and started fighting on the locals, and it's like, there's only one reason why people are up from Manchester, and that's.
Yeah. Well, unless someone went for that after tournament, went.
I think that's what happened. I think
test out the choking part.
It was the first pub outside on the main road that we've come across. So
yeah, I've noticed. Yeah.
So it's putting two and two together, and you're thinking, someone from the crowd's gone down there, haven't they?
Yeah, it was really fun. For me, from all the fights, I'd say
some really good fights.
Yeah, for me, the best scramble fight was Liam's.
Oh yeah.
They like everywhere.
Yeah, honestly, it was like they were going crazy, and it was just there was some things that were going on. Like there was two big guys, Raphael and I can't remember.
Oh, Ross.
Ross, yeah. They
literally were wrestling for all 6 minutes,
And to keep that, they were big guys, and they were keeping the physical. They were keeping that rate of work up for 6 whole minutes, and it's like. That's a good stamina. That takes a lot for a big guy that you got muscle on, because muscle tires quick.
Yes,
and they weren't.
All the tables been moved.
Yeah. They were nearly through 2 tables. I was like, wow. I was like struggling with that, and then but there's a couple of other issues as well where I think
Oh, you mean like the first one, like you needed for Steve to repair the timer?
It's just like that's just as it is. But then we had Ben Allsop doing his thing where I pretty much had to reach under his.
I know, yeah.
And I was like, oh.
You enjoyed it?
No.
No.
It took a while to wash my hands after that, so there was a lot of Dettol and bleach, and I just felt dirty and I had nightmares. And then
you had with those girls you had.
Yeah, there was a bit of a finger, probably a bit of a faux pas on me. It was a weird one because one of the women during the fight earlier on was hovering a hand at her heel.
Yeah, I've noticed. She lifted her hand.
And she was hovering it for a tap. And I was like, okay, is her type of tap this thing where she hovers and just then does it quick when it's on? So she's preempting the pressure. And then when that position got changed into the knee bar and I saw the hand go down, I thought that was a tap. Obviously, I was mistaken. There was not much left in the round to do. But on reflection on it, it's like I should now. If it was to do it again, I'll do 2 things.
Yeah.
One of 2 things. I would just declare the tap as valid, stick by the guns, not rely on the judges that I did.
Yeah.
And just take full control. Or I would have just put 3 minutes back on the clock.
Yeah, well, you could do that.
And I was like, right, 3 minutes back on the clock, go again.
I mean, when I'm rolling and I feel the submission is coming, sometimes I do lift the arm.
Yeah.
Because if it goes too deep, it's like it's not very comfortable.
No,
but I don't tap straight away because when I lift the arm and I can feel he's tightening it up, and unless the person, let's say, twists slightly to the side, I just sneak out, so I don't need to tap.
But it's lessons learned for me, and it's the second event that I've refereed at.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And they've got probably 1 in 50 failure rate effectively. But after lessons learned, one of the lessons learned straight away afterwards was after every match after that, I just told them, I was like, if you're gonna tap very clearly.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not gonna wait for any soft taps or anything like that. It's tap very clearly, make it very obvious.
Is Ikigai 6 gonna be on the same place?
Same place, but later.
What do you mean later?
So
later in the evening?
Yeah. So Ikigai 5 was a 12 o'clock kickoff. Afternoon event. I think the Ikigai 6 is going to be a 4 o'clock kickoff, maybe a 5 o'clock kickoff.
To be honest, 12 o'clock it was quite early.
Yeah.
For the tournament. But I mean, it was a long day, but it was good for me.
The thing is, the later kickoff's great because it also gives enough time in the day to set up and get things refined for the setup without too much pressure. And then it also keeps people in the premises, so there's not going to be any issues if they go out and they're a bit drunk, causing any issues out there. And it also keeps them in-house. I'd probably suggest a couple of other things to see, just from my knowledge of events that I would do. So things like maybe when the blue belt tournament's about to kick off, doors close. You want everyone in straight away. It's an event for a night. It's an evening-long event. We want you in at the blue belt tournament. There's going to be matches before the blue belt tournament.
Going to be like super fights.
Yeah, there's going to be super fights before the blue belt tournament. So it's going to be one of these simple things of everyone gets in. These super fights are going to be the ones where people are still going to be pouring in. But once the blue belt tournament's kicking off, doors are closed. Everyone should be in. Late arrivals, it's like, all right, maybe you have to ping someone, and in between rounds you get let in. But it's that thing of, if you want to see the whole thing, turn up on time.
Yeah.
Be here for the event.
Yeah. So what I was thinking, what we can do, we can still do the podcast before.
Yeah.
And what I was thinking, because podcast gear you're still gonna have.
Yeah.
So I'll set up all the cameras, I'll bring the laptop, do the live stream straight away. Then no need to put in small pieces and all that bullshit.
Yeah, just do a live stream that records.
Yeah, I'll do the live stream, and I thought I'll borrow your microphones.
Yeah.
And I'll get Andy or maybe someone else just sit next to me and we can talk shit. What?
White belt commentating on Earth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if someone more experienced, you'll know what's happening, and we can more talk about more how the crowd sees.
Hey, if you're brave enough, get on the stage. There's enough room next to where you could have sat down and done it.
Well, yeah, we could do that as well.
Yeah. The only downside is if you're on the stage behind me, you'll see my bald head a lot. So.
Well, yeah. There's always the sunglasses.
Yeah, Cinco Shades does sponsor Ikigai, doesn't it? Yeah, an Ikigai sponsor, Cinco Shades. So
yeah, I was thinking if I'll set up camera somewhere, we could even put the table next to
Hey, you know what? We could get Cinco Shades, give you and Andy some shades. You could be on the stage looking cool as fuck.
Or like Berber Blues and suits,
Yeah, the Blues Brothers. Yeah, we'll get you suits with little hats on. Yeah, you're on a mission from God.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. I think we've still got loads of time. We can prepare everything.
Got loads of times. I think as a good little practice for live streaming, it might be worthwhile live streaming a couple of the sessions.
That's what I was thinking.
So,
and plus, I've seen Ben. He was doing live stream. You know when he done that.
The roll-a-thon, yeah.
Yeah.
24-hour roll-a-thon, didn't he?
So I'll double check with him. Maybe he done it like easier way.
Yeah. It'd be a good one. I think Steve's up for that as well. So, and I think he's been he's chatting to certain companies around as well. That because obviously he's gaining traction now.
Yeah.
With the Ikigai, that he's going to get attention now from bigger companies who might want to have a footing with him. So, so that'll be good. But it's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah.
So we've got Ikigai 6 in May. Ikigai Kids has turned up as well because he's now started that.
I know, but when that's gonna be?
June or July.
Oh right.
So I
thought it's gonna be like very soon.
I think he's got to do it for the 6-week holidays.
Yes. When
holidays for
everyone's
kids.
off. Yeah.
So
that should be fun.
So when are your kids?
Are you gonna be refereeing there as well?
Probably. It's like I'll if he asks, I'll do. I'm always up for playing a bit of
I mean, the uniform you wear, it looked like literally from Burger King. You're gonna bring a burger. American style.
Yeah, it was the baseball shirt, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was one of the ideas I had. It was like, you know what, get like a proper shirt, and grappling industries use their baseball shirts. And I was like, all right, use that. And it's like, it looks good, but I was thinking for the one in London especially, it might be worthwhile going very, very classic. Like,
you want a gold?
No, I mean like for boxing matches, the referees wear a shirt. They just wear a normal tailored shirt, don't they? I was like, maybe just
like black and white stripes.
No, that's the American style one.
Right.
In traditional boxing, they used to just wear light blue shirts or white shirts.
Right. Okay.
So it's like, I might just referee in a shirt like that, but I'll see what Steve thinks.
I've seen there's one referee with very, very long mustache. He's a black belt, I think.
Yeah, he just got his black belt, I believe, in
Jiu-Jitsu.
So I can't remember his name. But
no,
big guy.
I've seen it.
He looks like a Hell's Angel, doesn't he? You expect him to be part of a motorcycle club.
Yeah.
Hit you with a monkey wrench when you're in the back of a bar somewhere. Because you're owing money.
That's in a friendly way saying.
Yeah. Well, you'll find big guys like that are gentle giants. So
Yeah.
but then Ikigai 7 down in London with the 10 grand pot. Going to be interesting. And we don't know what's going to happen, but further down the line, what Steve's got planned.
I know.
So, but you get the live stream set up for.
I mean, this year we're gonna have a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, it's going to be busy.
Because Ikigai kids, then Ikigai 6.
Well,
then...
Ikigai 6 kids, 7. We've also got the interclub that he's doing. The Henschel.
Well, don't forget we're traveling at some point in Germany.
Yeah, we're going to Germany.
And then there's the CGI tournament, which is going to be
end of August.
End of August.
Yeah, I think the dates have been declared as the 30th and 31st.
Right. Okay.
So,
which is very good. So that means we can try to see if we can set it up in here.
One of the teams has already been declared as well.
Removed?
No, declared. They've set their team. They've said who's on their team.
Oh right. Okay.
It's the Finger 10th Planet.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah, they've just come out and gone. This is our team.
Oh, I really like those guys from 10th Planet on Ikigai.
Yeah, 10th Planet Banbury, I believe they're from.
Yeah. Well, I did like their rash guards.
They always have the best rash guards, don't they? Yeah, I think it was it Gavin from 10th Planet was in the final.
Gavin was in the final.
Yeah. Afterwards,
Super fight, not final.
Yeah, the main event, wasn't it? But I went up to his team afterwards, and because as I was there doing the match, watching it, he was having a hard match. He was getting muffled to fuck. But as I was thinking, I went to him at the end. I was like, I don't understand half the words you're saying. They've got their own language, where it's like things like New York and old fashioned and stuff like that. I was like, what the hell is that? And it was like they have their secret ways of speaking about their moves and their movesets.
Oh right, so they don't know what's coming.
Yeah. So an interesting one though, because I watched Polaris 31. This is on topic.
I've not seen that one yet.
But they were going through one of the positions that one of the guys was in, and it was a bit like the Williams guard. And one of the commentators said that it's called London in 10th Planet.
Oh right.
Because their rubber guard. Once you get a full rubber guard on, like for the, that's where you've now got a. That's the end destination, and London's like the halfway point. Oh right. So it's like, oh, that's an interesting one. So it's like it's possible to break down, but I think it's one of these ones where there's so many terms for the 10th Planet. You have to be in there.
The only thing I always imagine, if you see someone from 10th Planet rolling, I always imagine they like super flexible, like Mikey.
Yeah, they are. They are, but I think the 10th Planet system is quite good because it doesn't purely rely on flexibility.
Yeah, I know that.
Because it's even for their rubber guard things and that breakdown of the posture kind of guards that they have, what they're doing is they're actually understanding your body mechanics, and it can just be about getting your hips in the right position.
Yes.
And so that can take into account a lack of flexibility that you have. You need to be relatively flexible in Jiu-Jitsu anyway. But
I tried very similar, like a warm guard where you bring a head. I can do it if I hip out more.
Yeah.
Then I've got more space. Because my legs ain't that flexible. Yeah,
but I think the 10th Planet under Eddie Bravo, who created 10th Planet and that system, they've really got their thing solid. I've had a look into the 10th Planet system, and it's very interesting with what they do. Is they have their warm-ups, and they're effectively like a series of katas in a certain way, but just not as goofy as katas are.
Oh right, okay.
And so you have warm-ups, and it's a set warm-up, and you have to learn these warm-ups. And you won't be able to progress in their belt system, their grade system, unless you actually know these warm-ups off by heart.
All right.
So
because
warm-ups are good sequences that can be applied.
Is there somewhere to find them?
There'll be somewhere to find them, but you're always going to be better off just visiting the gym and learning the warm-up. Some gyms have them wrote on the wall, so you go in and you're like blah blah blah, but they'll say, right, we're doing warm-up A such and such today, and you'll do that warm-up.
Oh, so that means we need to travel to Banbury for open mat, just for the roll.
Yeah, definitely. But it's just.
What's Banbury is?
Banbury is just above London, above Reading. So it's just at the.
Oh, it's down south.
It's the northern end of the south, but the southern end of the Midlands. So they're relatively all right.
Well, for us it's south.
Yeah.
Anything that below Manchester, south.
Anything below the airport, south, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one.
But yeah, so that was an interesting one, and I do like that system, and I like the way that they do things. And one of the things I've always thought is a great thing for a coach to having the arsenal for instructions is have an instruction to listen to the other coach.
Yeah.
So if me and you were rolling and my coach and your coach has been very verbal about telling you what to do, my coach could just pretty much say an instruction, which is for me to listen to your coach, so I know what you're doing.
Well, yeah.
So it's like, I can see the future effectively then, because I know what you're working towards, and I can go, okay, that's it. I know where you're going. I can deal with that, and it's like, so.
In theory, in practice,
theory,
in practice, you get choked.
Yeah, it's like you're like, I can't be told what to do. It's mainly because I don't understand what you're telling me.
On Tuesday when we rolled, so basically we were trying to either submit, either escape, so because of Tyrese we're starting on some certain positions.
Yeah.
So we started on side control, then we did back attack, and then the third one, I forgot. Oh, half guard.
Yeah.
So basically, from those three, the person on top submits, the person on the back it escapes. If you escape, then you reset and you carry on doing that. And after I think 2 minutes, you switch over. So I think the strongest person on Tuesday was Little C, Purple Belt. So I've done quite a lot with him, and think I've got choked a bit over 20 times, especially when it came to back attack. There was 2 minutes, and he's there, and literally it takes him 2 seconds, switch, that's it.
Being able to have good control of a seatbelt from when someone's attacking your back is key, and it's just all about controlling them.
And plus we were everyone in gi, so you can't really just slip out or something.
But that's a good thing, because that type of training has sort of come up in discussion recently. You've seen it on Instagram, and everyone's banging on about this ecological versus drilling strategy. So,
well, you see, the thing is, it's that drilling was more like rolling.
That's it.
But you just need to reach the certain point. Let's say if he's on my half guard, and if he doesn't do anything, and I'll just try to escape. Either he'll take me 2 minutes to escape.
It's positional work, isn't it?
Either he'll progress and let's say submit me. But it's more like rolling, but you're just starting from certain points.
It's in the realm of what's called ecological training, and it's been a big hoo-ha on social media about it.
I kind of like it,
and it's fun. But the big issue that the big talking point was its effectiveness. So there's some podcasts, and it had Big Dan from New Wave versus a guy called Greg who trains exclusively in ecological training. And he's referring to a lot of scientific literature where it says basically if you're in an environment, you will adapt to that environment. And that's true. There's plenty of information out there where if you put a person into an environment, they will adapt to that environment, even to the point of an epigenetic level. So you'll put a normal person in, say, prison, and they'll go to the gym in prison, blah blah blah. They come out looking like they're on the roids. They look juiced to fuck, because they're in such a high threat area that their body deals with it by producing more testosterone, and they basically come out jacked as fuck. And they've changed their body on an epigenetic level. But so this adapting to your environment, tons of studies about it. Science supports the entire endeavour. But the issue is, does it have the same effect when you're learning a skill in skill acquisition? And there's so my own personal opinion is it does under certain conditions. So ecological training will set up games and they'll set constraints up, limits. So you're in a position, your win situation is getting out of that position. Your opponent's situation was finding a submission in that position. That's a constraint-led game. That's perfectly fine. That's within the ecological training set, and it works. But if you were someone that didn't know any jiu-jitsu,
then it's a different story.
It's a really different story. So it comes back to the types of training. So I was a trainee teacher, and a lot of the studies that I looked at under pedagogy, which is the study of teaching. There is actually a study about teaching. It's stupid as fuck. But one of the training method that they found, the teaching method that they found that works the most for the most people, is tell, show, do. Tell you how to do something, show you how to do something, then you do it.
Yeah.
Which falls under the remit of drilling. It then goes on to, once you have diminishing returns on tell, show, do, you can then go into two different directions for further skill acquisition, for further skill improvements. And that is, you've got your experimental subjects, experimental endeavours, which is ecological type
It's
training.
like seeing if it works for you.
Yeah, it's just playing with it. So you can go into ecological area then once once the drilling has stopped giving you,
Because
reasonable.
mainly, let's say, even if you do any drill during the session, when you're rolling, you try to implement, see it works for your game.
Yeah. But, so you got your tell, show, do. You got your experimental exploration type finger method of learning. The second one's teaching.
Yeah.
And you'll find a lot of the people who suddenly start teaching Jiu-Jitsu when they hit the purple, brown and black belts say, I start learning a lot more Jiu-Jitsu now that I'm teaching it.
Yeah, because you're
having to think about it in a different way. But so the discussion point was, which is the best way of teaching? And the actual answer is both. You need a mixture of both.
Yeah.
But it's understanding what context that you're bringing them into for that to work. It's a really interesting discussion to actually have, because what's also relevant is what's also going on with AI and AI learning. Because AI learning can actually be a basis of further experimentation in this discussion.
Yeah.
So if you had a simple AI setup to play a computer game, and the most simple computer game to play would be a driving game.
Yeah.
Where you only have 4 options really: forward, back, left or right on a driving game. And if you set it up for one corner, and you set the constraints up, adjust the edges of the road, and your task is go from A to B, basically take the corner. If you don't give any other limits to that, and you run an AI simulation, it'll probably run hundreds of simulations before it gets the optimum curve around that corner.
Yeah.
At the fastest speed possible, hitting that. If you added the constraint into it, hit the apex of the corner, which is the idea of setting up a concept within Jiu-Jitsu of control the head, control the hips.
Same.
Yeah, so you set up a concept. That AI would then likely hit that quicker line much sooner.
Well, yeah.
Because you're adding that element into it. And it's that thing of, okay, if you then set these contexts up, but then you open a random track up, you can then let the games run. And even though you've set the concepts up, you've not told it how to do the whole track, you've just told it how to do one part of the track. It can then apply all these other bits to the other part of the track, and then it can experiment into find the quickest route.
Yeah.
So that's why I think, my personal opinion is, you start with drilling, you learn the fundamentals, and then you expand into exploration and...
Well, yeah, you need to build a strong base.
Yeah.
Because if you start doing like crazy fancy shit and you don't know the basics, you'll be screwed.
Yeah, the games work. The games are great. Constraint-led games, constraint-led learning are really good for keeping things interesting. Because sometimes if you're looking at someone that turns up 3 days a week in a jiu-jitsu gym, they're turning up 150 days a year.
Yeah.
It's 150 sessions. It's like, you know what? Sometimes you need to just mix it up, add a bit of change into it, just to keep things interesting, just to change the dynamic for, even if it's just for a small week of a break of a week here and there.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that's what you had, but to be maximising the results, I think you do need to have the drilling mindset first to be able to develop the skills, which you can then use to play with and explore.
Right. Well, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So. A bit more of an in-depth conversation there than we normally have, but
I know, yeah.
But I think it's an interesting conversation. I think, there's a lot of things out there and tools out there and studies which support both arguments. But if there's studies to support both arguments, that means both work, so use both.
Well, for me, let's say what we tried on Tuesday, like drilling from certain positions, I found the new ways how to torture people, which is like amazing.
Yeah. And that's it. You know the basics in these positions, and you can just play with them. Once you've got that base there to understand it, you can play with them, and it's just so much fun.
When you're on side control, what I tried it. So basically, you're on the side control, you're on the top. So basically, if person on the bottom is not like moving much, so what you do, you get the knee on the belly, but instead of like on the lower part, you push it higher with solar plex. With solar plex.
Yeah.
So it's getting harder to breathe.
Yeah.
And I thought I did that, and I thought like, how can I piss off the person a bit more? So from that position, I tried can opener.
You're getting nasty. There's little things that I've played with, like again, when I'm in a position, I like to really just mess around with things. So I rolled with Big Craig on Finger on Monday, and he's not been doing jiu-jitsu long, but he's so strong and big, and he's quick for someone big, which is awful.
Yes.
So I was just trying to cook him in side control, but every time he's trying to bridge out, I was like, okay, how can I do this? And I just remembered control the head. So I literally reached over to the back of his head and pulled his head up so he couldn't bridge. And it's just simple things like that. And I'm just learning this. I'm learning these weird little tweaks now just to play with people, and it's just fun. I had one with Andy. Oh, it's a great one. So I had him in side control, and I reached under and grabbed his far leg.
Yeah.
And brought it under his other knee. So he was like doing a triangle in the middle of the air. So he's got like a figure 4 leg lock. And then I brought my knee underneath his ankle so he couldn't move.
Oh, right.
So I held his legs there in his weird position with his ankle on my knee while I could, and then because couldn't use his legs at all, I was like free to play with. And it's like, I'm just enjoying playing these positions because I'm focusing so much on the control aspect of the game.
Yeah.
I'm just exploring things at the moment. And then
Well, that's what I do each time. If I get, let's say, on the side control, I don't get there very often, but once I get there, I try knee and I try stockade. On some people works.
Yeah, stockade's nasty.
You don't submit people, but you make them move.
Yeah, you can get someone's back a lot easier.
Yes.
Because the stockade's gonna twist them anyway that way.
Yes.
But the amount of pain that it puts someone in, the discomfort it puts someone in, they flail.
Yeah.
Unless they have that real calm mindset of once you've been doing jiu-jitsu like 6 months, a year, you start developing that I'm in a shit position but I'm staying calm.
Yes.
It's but you can just make people really comfortable. And even experienced people who have never experienced that position sometimes freak out because they don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
So but it's a great position.
Because the hands like that and they're like, what the hell is happening?
It's a great position to play. I'm like, these are like old school positions.
Especially the way Steve showed, like when you move around, like,
got someone with that. Nasty.
But the way he showed me, it felt like, when on the dolls, hands like from shoulders pops out. So the way he done it for me, for me it felt like hands gonna pop out.
But it's. I think Steve did a post about it on his social media, and so the stockade, we're treating it as it's a new position that we're playing with.
Really?
Well, we are because we've never experienced it.
Oh yeah.
We've not seen many people doing it.
No.
But it's a position that's existed for a long time. It's an old position. It's a real old position. But it was actually used in a fight in UFC between Brock Lesnar and Frank Mir.
All right, but
that's how and it's a catch wrestling position, and it's old school position. Steve referenced one where in the popular what's going on now is the game over position, where you're in side control and you control basically using your legs to control the near arm.
Yeah.
And pinning that arm. Mm-hmm. So then you've got basically free access to the other arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steve made a post saying, look, I was teaching this 8 years ago, and it's like it's not a new position. There's this saying, there's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah.
And there isn't. It's just things fall out of favour. People don't remember things. People are so focused on what's the meta in a sport that they're actually...
Or just following the trend.
Yeah, they're following the trend.
It's like now literally legs dominating. Like on Ikigai 5, half of the people was leg lock, maybe more than half.
But I think, again, referring back to what Steve said, that it's like not to be a brown-nosing bastard, but he said loads of times, he said, it's great that people are doing sports jiu-jitsu and they're out there doing these competitions, but when you just focus on doing sports jiu-jitsu, you're forgetting the rest of jiu-jitsu. And jiu-jitsu comes down to, first and foremost, it's a martial art. It's a form of actual combat.
Yeah.
And then it's got that element, and you need to learn that for the self-defense, and you've got to learn a holistic jiu-jitsu. You've got to learn all the weird positions that we're doing, the game over positions, all the stuff that's forgotten about in sports jiu-jitsu are in real or holistic traditional jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu that you're doing. Then you've got the MMA style jiu-jitsu where it's still applicable because it's still related very much to the self-defense aspect because it's combat, it's real combat. But sports jiu-jitsu, because you've not got that threat of being having real violence put on you.
Yeah.
Just having jiu-jitsu returned to you.
Like a slap jitsu.
Yeah, like just normal jiu-jitsu. It's like, how many people are in leg entanglements? And in real life, if someone tried to leg entanglement and you're in a fight, you'd deck them. You just throw your fist at the face, wouldn't you?
Or kicking balls.
Yeah, or you'd be smacking them. It's like, so it's like, there's a lot of people coming into jiu-jitsu to learn it who are focusing on the competition sports aspect side, but are forgetting the whole background of jiu-jitsu. So when these moves like stockade come, game over, all these positions are coming back. People are going, oh look, we've discovered this. It's like, no, you've rediscovered it because sports jiu-jitsu has not really taken it on board because it's not been effective.
I can't remember the way how Steve mentioned when he tries let's say a certain new move, it should work on competitions, it should work on street, and should work on mat.
Yeah.
If he hits those all those three, then
It's a legit move.
Yeah.
There is a lot of moves which are only applicable to one. Or two of them.
But if you hit all three, then you
then it's a real. It works everywhere, and that's it. That's what he's saying. It's like, learn jiu-jitsu. If you're going to learn jiu-jitsu and really want to learn it, learn the whole scale of it.
Well, yeah.
Not just one side of it, because you're underselling yourself and you're underselling the ability. You're selling yourself short in a way that you're not going to be able to know all these other things which could actually be helpful in what you want to do. So if you're a sports jiu-jitsu guy, there's probably going to be skills in traditional self-defense jiu-jitsu in the MMA world of jiu-jitsu, which could be really applicable. But because everyone's focusing on what's the most effective tactic available, they're kind of ignoring it.
Yeah.
So, and it sells the sport short, and it sells the competitor short because they're limiting their options down the line.
Well,
but there's some that have So we'll go back to the Ikigai 5 where Sam Gibson, his submission, that shoulder lock, beautiful shoulder lock, old school shoulder lock.
I liked it.
Yeah, and that's it. That's a legit move, and that works. That works in every aspect of that'll work in MMA. That'll work in sports jiu-jitsu, which Sam proved, and it works in real life situations.
Yeah.
If you got someone in that and just rank their shoulder like that, yeah, you fucked. And Sam did it really well. He got that guy perfectly with it. Even Steve was like, yeah, that's a legit move. That was a legit jiu-jitsu. So
yeah, well done, Sam.
Yeah, that was really good, Sam.
I mean, everyone did really well for Ikigai.
Yeah, it's good. It's looking forward to the next one. It's going to be brutal. We need to start selling merch.
I still need to ask Big Lewis how the hell is so chill. Literally, when his opponent came in on the mat first, so I can see his opponent coming, music playing, is like there, and then music changes into Big Louis music, starts playing, and you can see he's on the side, standing by the wall, chatting with everyone, drinking water. I was like, and then he comes in 10 seconds, like, yeah, where's my money?
We saw him at Empire last year. Do you remember Empire? Everyone's there.
He's like, runs the show. He comes in like,
the runners are being strict, going, you need to walk around this way in the mats, blah blah blah, and he just walks through the bullpen, walks down past all the judges in the way that the competitors aren't meant to walk. He
sits next to the judges.
Yeah, sit next to the judges. He's so chilled out, and it's like, do you know what? It's his comfort zone.
Yeah, but it feels like
jiu-jitsu is his comfort zone. He knows jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, it feels like no aggression coming to him, and then a few seconds later he's choking the person.
Yeah. That's it. He knows what he's got to do.
Yeah,
he's fully comfortable on the mat, and that's the scariest part about him. There's some people get on the mat, you can see them getting a bit apprehensive, they're getting a bit nervous. You can see the fidgeting. You can see it. If you look back,
zero from him.
It's one of the things that you can do. If you look on through the videos of Ikigai or even any competition where you're getting usually amateurs like that, you'll see how they deal with things, and it can just be stepping back and forth.
Yeah.
Little nervous fidgets, like these little tells which tell you how they're actually feeling.
Yeah.
The faces might be quite stoic. They might be really calm in the face, but you can see like they might be
from body,
they might be twiddling their fingers. They might be just clenched fists.
Yeah.
All these little tells that tell you. But he just walks on and he's just, okay, go. when? It's like really, it looks to the point where he doesn't care, but he does really care. He's just so relaxed and comfortable in what he's doing that there's no stress for him.
Yeah, no, I was saying on Ikigai when he was waiting, I said, how does it feel to wait 5 hours and then 10 seconds you're like, that's it.
Yeah. Well, what was it? I think how quick was it? I think it was 25 seconds.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
25 seconds to make 250 quid.
All the
A tenner a second.
Hey, all the music entrance, it took longer than for him to catch the guy.
it was tenner a second. I was like, oof, that was brutal. I was like, I watched it a couple of times because I was reffing it, and then the guy was put to sleep, and I was like, how close was I to catching that guy when he was out to telling Luke stopping the fight? And it was, I think it was like, I was about half a second, maybe a second, and I was like, bloody hell, that was because you watch,
and plus you can see him on a.
I think I shouted, he's out.
You can see him on a stage running and like, yeah, I want it, and then on the background you can see you lifting guy's leg trying to wake him up.
Apparently that doesn't work, but I'd rather make it look like I know what I'm doing sometimes.
Next time bring that some smelly.
Yeah, get some smelling salts out.
Yeah.
That'd be brutal.
He'll jump out and tackle you.
I found the finger. So I got pinged a message and someone's there going, yeah, it's like, just put him in a recovery position. That's the quickest way to get someone back.
Recovery position?
Yeah, it's the first aid position.
You mean like?
No, it's you roll them onto the side, the bottom arm goes under the head, the top arm comes out, the top leg bends forward into a 90-degree angle, and it's...
And you get the knee on the side from pain.
And you lift the chin up slightly as well to free the airway and the blood vessels, and it's... Apparently that gets him... By the time I've done that, he's already awake.
Well, you get...
And he might try and fight me again.
Hey, you get to try an Ikigai 6.
Honestly, this is going to be brutal. I was thinking, I was having a chat with Steve, and I was sending him a message. I was like, the final, it's like, it's a sub-only comp, and it's $5,000. It's like, we've got judging criteria. So
it ain't gonna go easy.
We've got judging criteria because you can't have people fighting forever, especially in the lead up to a final. You need...
And on a final, we kind of end up on a draw.
I know. And I was saying, would it be right to actually have the judges decide?
No.
And so I think there might be an element of, is there going to be overtime?
I would say overtime.
Is it do you just keep going?
See,
do you have set rounds like you go, okay, 6 minutes, no submission, right? Here's a minute break, backhand.
Yeah, that's what I would say. That would be because see, when the judges decides, both parties might not agree.
Yeah.
But if you put them back on the mat,
yeah, it's a sub-only comp. It's $5,000. Should be won by a sub.
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, Steve, Ikigai 6, final for the Blue Belt tournament. Whoever wins the final has to do it by a sub.
Oh yeah, it's recording sound. I was checking, this is still recording sound. And your camera haven't died yet.
I know. I figured out how to work my camera. We are getting better.
I know, yeah, slowly progressing.
Yeah. But yeah, 5k prize has to be won by a sub. That's my view on it.
Yes. Yeah, it's got to be. Because, I mean, it's no good if it's like, it's a draw and judges decided.
I know.
And you're waiting for so long.
You're finding out who Britain's best blue belt.
Plus, it makes the show much better.
Yeah. And the thing is, being
the blue belts are crazy.
The thing is, being the final match of the night as well, you can have overtime. You're not delaying other fighters getting onto the mat. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, you guys have got until you decide it. Really, it's like if it's an evening event and the final happens around about 9:30, 10 o'clock-ish. It's like, okay, are you prepared to carry on going?
Do you reckon Steve's gonna do any quintets on any Ikigai going further?
I'm not sure. I think Grapple House seemed to have taken the quintet thing for the local tournament.
I kinda liked it.
Yeah, quintets are hard to organise because you need the 5 people on the team, and
yes,
it's a pain in the ass. But I think
is Grapple Mill organising the next one?
Grapple House.
Grapple House.
Yeah, they're drawn next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm guessing none of our guys are going.
No, we've not got a team. So, but it's the Grapple House Invitational. They're doing North versus South, the Invasion event. So, but I'm working, so I can't go.
I might go.
Well, you're gonna go because you've got to record it.
Yes. Should be fun to
And I
watch.
think they've got a ladies quintet going as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Oh, so Sarah should be going.
not sorry, but yeah, it's going to be a good one. So, but anyway, I think we're done for this.
Yeah, I think it took a bit longer. Maybe I don't know. I don't use 49 minutes.
Oof,
It's not that bad.
we can afford to cut some of the shit out.
I know, yeah. Well, by the time
I can cut out when that with DJ Ruger.
yeah.
But,
Well, he wanted to come in.
yeah, you want it to be part of the podcast.
Yeah. Right. So thank you for watching us.
Yeah, we appreciate it. If you
Yeah.
can like, subscribe, follow, and click on all that shite.
Yeah. A
we
lot
really
more
appreciate it.
bullshit to come out. Be more.
And we will see you next time.
Yes.
On the Bad Jiu-Jitsu podcast.
Yes.
Bye.
Finally, we got our sound sorted. Fingers crossed. Because I can see the arrows moving. I'm like, yeah, it's still recording.